Hi, we are at the Alienware store, and we are recording the Day's Info Special today. We have with us Sriram, the brand manager of Alienware, right?
Hi Shyam. Yes, that's right.
Wonderful. Okay, so first, just wanted to know more about Alienware as a brand itself.
So Alienware as a brand is about a couple of years old in India now. We've always been a boutique gaming computer manufacturer so far, but this is the first time in Alienware's history where we are moved beyond being a niche gaming PC maker to somebody who makes mainstream gaming PCs for Gen Y. And the X51 is a testimony to that fact. So the X51 desktop that we recently launched is targeted at Gen Y, it's targeted at people who want to push the limits of their gaming boundaries and want to have an immersive gaming experience, a better gaming experience as compared to their conventional PCs and consoles today.
Right, that's great. What is the salient feature of X51 that you would like to share?
The best feature of the X51 as we know today is that it comes with a console form factor. So you can have the X51 in front of your desk. You can have it in front of you in your living room. You can have it inside your entertainment room. So it fits in all the three kinds of spaces, right? So it's about 1 feet space, you've got a 3 feet space, and you've got an 8 to 10 feet of space. So it's one-stop shop for your complete entertainment needs, both inside the living room, outside the living room, inside your entertainment zone. And content can fill up to all of these three kind of zones. So if you're a student, you can use it for doing your homework and then play later. If you're into immersive entertainment, you just hook it up to your 7.1 audio system, and you can hook it up to your 3D television to give you like 3D movies or 3D games that you can watch and you can play on. If you have like Xbox controllers, you can even have you can mix it, or you can hook it up to your Xbox and you can play games on that as well. With the CES 2012 announcement that came up that talked about Kinect being available for Windows, that's like opening up a whole new opportunity or an area for the X51 today.
Wonderful. Now I have just 3 questions for you to start with, of course.
Sure.
Okay. Let's go one by one on it. Okay. In terms of positioning of Alienware against Sony, PS3, Xbox, and its likes, what is your take on that?
Frankly speaking, the guys who play on PCs are not the kind of guys who play on a Sony PS3 or an Xbox at the same time. So typically your Sonys, your Xboxes of the world, the Wiis of the world, they're targeting a mainstream audience. They're targeting people who are like 40 to 45 years old and who are looking at gaming as an escape route and who have never done gaming before. The X51 gives the Indian average gamer a chance to build their own system, upgrade their own components, and at the same time have a really good looking PC in front of them. And PC gaming any day has a better resolution, and not only that, PC gaming titles are not as expensive as your Xbox or console gaming titles. Third, your console games charge you for being on their network most of the time, whereas your PC games are not that way. Also, your PC games have a very important category, which is your multiplayer online games. These are those massive multiplayer online games which are currently not supported on any of your consoles. So it's more of providing an entire entertainment experience as far as gaming is concerned, because there are like several kinds of gaming, right? So you get out of your comfort zone, which is your entry level games, and then you move on to an entirely new range of games, ranging from your AAA titles down to your multiplayer online titles, which is what the X51 is supposed to give you.
You made quite an interesting statement out there with Xbox and PS2 probably waiting to catch your throat, because you said it's 45 upwards. Now let's see how they react to it. But let's go on to something that I really look at. What is the value what's the value proposition you give to the end consumers, keeping in mind Alienware as a brand?
See, if you want to look at the next best alternative, or if you're looking at a console, right? The console typically comes anywhere between 15 to 20,000 rupees, and then each of your title costs you about 3,500 rupees. So if you talk about 10 titles, that's like a whole lot of money that you're throwing in for a console plus 10 titles. Whereas on a PC gaming, the initial cost of buying a good PC is a lot more as compared to a gaming console. But then your what I would call as your the later addendum that you add on to it, with the multitude of titles that are available on PC today, especially in the full HD gaming department with your AAA titles, it's only a few guys that can give you what you need, and Alienware is one amongst them, actually. Not only that, right? So Alienware knows that gamers want to tweak their PCs. Alienware knows that gamers know inside and out of their systems. Alienware knows that you don't want a traditional tech support guy to solve your problems. So we have like specialized services, specialized internals of the product that can help with that. So for example, a very quick example is the fact that Alienware tech support is a very small team of highly experienced technical support people who can identify any issues that you might have on your laptop or your desktop, not necessarily related to how the hardware is performing, but you know what, I want to install this game and I want to run it on your maximum settings. How do I do it? Our experts help you get there, actually. That's one thing. Another thing is, we know that gamers want to customize their systems. They want to actually upgrade their BIOS. They want to actually play with the BIOS settings, want to overclock their systems. Alienware as a brand allows all customers to go ahead and overclock their systems. In fact, if you kind of look at the Alienware, every Alienware system comes with a booklet like you see, right? So, so if you go ahead and open the booklet, it's a mobile manual, and it tells you how to upgrade components on your laptop, how about your connecting devices using your laptop, and it's got a separate section on actually how to use the respawn disk in case something goes wrong with your system. So as a company, Alienware knows that people are going to tweak with their systems, and they know that something's going to go wrong, how to help you come back from that, back into where it was before. It's got a separate section on how to even overclock your device.
Wow, I think gamers are going to love this, because they always like to
they like to push the limits of the system.
Yes,
and if you look at the accessories that we provide along with Alienware, Shyam, so if you kind of follow me here, right? The backpack that we offer them is a very special kind of backpack. It's not your run-of-the-mill backpack. It's made of components similar to your Kevlar. It's got electromagnetic shields inside, and it's got a scan-fast technology which can actually allow you to open your backpack up all the way up like 180 degrees and then push it through an airport security checkup counter.
Wow.
So if somebody wants to check your laptop, you just open it and you just go through it. It's checkpoint friendly, right? So each and every aspect of the system and the accessories that go along with the system are designed keeping in mind the very finicky kind of customers that Alienware typically has. And this is like the value that we provide as a brand to customers. And this is something that you won't find with a traditional PC OEM brand, right?
Wonderful. I'm impressed myself. Even though I'm not a gamer, I probably will go ahead and buy one of your products. Now, there's the third very interesting thing that I would want to ask you, which is if you have to name three markets that you are going to three verticals that you would target as your market. Okay, thanks to the extremity that or the extreme technological and technical capabilities of an Alienware X51. What would you name those three markets as?
So first and foremost, we are looking at design and fashion market, because that market calls for typically systems that have very high, or that are in need of typically very high graphics performance. And we have made a lot of inroads, and we actually sell a lot of Alienwares in this market today, because not only do people want a system that has a lot of performance and graphics capability, they also want a system which is easily recognizable from say 30 feet away. because people who are into the field of design or fashion, they want their laptops to be absolutely different. They don't want to carry like, a corporate-y looking laptop that they can, show their customers. So they want their customers, when they carry an Alienware around, they want their customers to know that, this guy is different and this guy is aggressive. So the design of an Alienware product helps us that way. So that's one of our verticals. The second vertical that we are looking at is amateur gaming developers. So that as an industry is currently growing in India, and we feel that there is a lot of potential for people to use an Alienware in the field of designing games. The game developer industry, which is something which is expanding by leaps and bounds in India right now, and there have been institutes which are set up right now for development of indigenous games that you can then target a company like a publisher like EA for. And there have been strident steps in this particular area, and we have seen a lot of independent gamers or game developers come into the picture right now. So all of them, they would need some sort of a hardware in order to render their games, and some sort of a hardware in which they can actually make or develop the games in. So they would definitely need a rendering hardware to the tune of what an Alienware provides, in order that they can test their games at various resolutions on. So for example, when a Crysis is played, you can play it at like the lowest resolution and you can play it on the highest resolution, but then you would need like the highest common denominator so that you can play it on all resolutions and check it out. So that's like a very important segment for us. The third and very interesting segment that we have seen right now is sports. Actually, sports persons like to have or prefer to have a system that gives them a very high performance, and not only for just using it for benchmarking or tracking their progress as far as their games or sports is concerned, but what we feel is that most sports people as personalities, they are very aggressive and competitive, and that's where there's an extreme brand fit with Alienware, because the entire Alienware design is very, very aggressive, competitive, and in your face. So if you kind of look at the Alienware laptop, it's been designed in such a way that it's in your face kind of a design. If you look at the typical Alienware desktop, it's actually designed inspired by a bullet train. If you kind of look at the Alienware Aurora desktop, so it's an extreme fit for people who are in the sports industry, and that's where we are seeing a lot of our current business coming from. So that I think is like a growing industry right now.
Wonderful. So I think the last tug on that particular note is how what is the display or the glass covering the display now that we have different shockproof glasses like the Gorilla Glass and other things. So is Alienware also equipped with something like that?
The Alienware is not currently equipped with a Gorilla Glass, but it is equipped with a very tough glass outer covering, and the entire screen is covered by glass, as you notice, and it's an edge-to-edge display.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sriram.